Oh, good morning. We've been up for, I've been up for a little more than an hour. I think Jen woke up right around 7. We've been working pretty much all morning. We stopped a little bit just to have a bowl of cereal, and Jen had those last couple of biscuits. She toasted them off and had those for her breakfast. Other than that, we've been just packing everything up. All the chairs are gone around the fire. The clothesline was on these 3 trees here. Those are all gone. Our kitchenette is pretty much gone. Just the workbench, the countertop is what we call it. That needs to go inside just before I drop it. So other than that, everything is good. Everything else that you see, the blue tarp, the carpet on the ground down there, all that gets put into the front storage right there. So yeah, I'm basically trying again to stay out of Jen's way, because I know with 2 people walking around trying to figure things out in there, it gets kind of hectic. So she's in there running her magic, and I'm just waiting for her to say, honey, I need you to do this or do that, or take this and put it in the truck, that kind of stuff. Which the truck is getting pretty full. We got all of our pillows in there. We got the suitcase, which is now full of dirty laundry. Bathroom stuff, just, all that kind of stuff. I even got the garbage and recycling that we had on the clothesline over here. Got that all tied up and it's sitting in the trunk, so in the truck, so as we leave, we can swing by the garbage bins and just toss all that stuff. But it's going fairly well. I'm hoping to be out of here within the next hour. I'm hoping. We'll see what happens.
If you want to drop that now, you can.
So you're good with me dropping the sink?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do that, and then I'll get everything unplugged, because we'll have everything turned off in here. Look at this, man. She is a miracle worker. It looked like shit in here like 20 minutes ago. She's got it all stored away, tucked away. That's the last bench. Everything else is pretty much full. Alright. I need to drop the kitchen sink. Okay, we're all ready to go. Everything's loaded up. Everything's attached. Everything's turned off. Everything's unplugged. And we are out of here. Okay, we were here on our first day of our trip, so it's only right that we come on the last day as well. So we are at the headwaters once again. And on the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, so we did our fond farewell to the headwaters of the Mississippi, and now we make our way back south. Might try to follow some of the Great River Road up here. So, hon, how did you enjoy the trip?
It was a good trip. Over too fast. The week went by really quickly. My favorite parts, walking in the headwaters, Probably the first time more than the second time, because the first time it was completely new and it was sort of spontaneous. And seeing the black bear in the road. Kind of scary, but really awesome. Mark had asked what my favorites of the points of interest in the park were. I think at this point I would have to say it's a pretty close tie between the Pioneer Cemetery and the Wegman cabin / store. They were both the best explained as far as the signage. There were points of, things pointed out on the signs. You could wander around and look at stuff. The store that we saw is a replica, and it was kind of neat to see the ruins of the old store, just kind of nature taking its course. The sleigh down by the store was also very interesting, and again, the signage that was there made it more accessible. It really did a good job of explaining things.
That was a cool story for that sled.
Yeah, and the story on the sled about the near miss that the guy had it just really brought it home how dangerous life was way back then.
Well, I've been following the Mississippi River since the Great River Road since we left the park, and I've actually been having a pretty decent time of it. The only time that I was actually getting worried on whether or not I was still on it was when we were going through Bemidji, but short of that, everything's been going fine. We do want to hook up with Jen's brother and sister-in-law, Dave and Carolyn, and their family. We're going to try to hook up with them for dinner. And so I'm trying to keep an eye on the time, once I see that, it's getting to be kind of late-ish that we'd be arriving, I'll get off the Great River Road and just kind of hightail it right down to their place. Well, finally saw my first white-tailed deer here in Minnesota.
And that's all you saw was the white tail of the white-tailed deer.
I saw more of it than she did because I went, "Oh, deer," and she looked up and all she saw was the white tail jumping into the woods. Been here a week and finally saw one deer. Well, we stopped for lunch ways back. We were just on, 40 something? 47?
46?
46? Something like that. But there was a nice little restaurant right on the corner, and we went in and had pizza for the first time in about a week. And it tasted really good. It was homemade, and that looks like rain.
They had a good sauce on it.
That looks like rain.
That is rain.
Holy cow, what a wall.
You might want to put your camera down, Kels.
Well, that was fun. The rain actually got to be so hard and heavy that there was a turn that I had to make, and I couldn't stop fast enough to get the turn. So I actually had to go past it, turn around, go back. But as I was saying before, we had stopped at this restaurant for lunch, and I went in and ordered pizza, and man, it was actually a really good pizza. It wasn't super great by any means, but it was really good.
Better than average.
Yeah, better than average. There's something else I was going to say too, and I forgot. Oh, well, anyway, we've been driving for a while, and Jen finally got to see a full-body deer now. So we saw our second deer here in Minnesota. And it was far down the road, but you could tell it was a deer. She wanted to get a picture of it, but as we were getting closer and closer, then it just galloped off into the woods. Okay, let's keep driving. Okay, so we made our way into Grand Rapids, and now from here we're just going to start heading south towards the Twin Cities and towards dinner with Dave and Carolyn and family. So probably not too much to see. I think once I find an interstate or I don't even know if there's an interstate that comes up all the way up here. I don't know. But we'll be heading down into St. Paul, into the Bloomington area. And yeah, get ready for some dinner. Softer because Jen's trying to sleep, but as you can tell by some of the pictures that I've been taking, that there's like storms all around us, and some of them I've gone through, and one got really quite heavy, and my truck actually started to hydroplane, but you know, everything is good. I never lost control, nothing like that, but it makes your asshole roll. Alright, let's keep moving. We're coming up on the little town of Onamia. Damn it, we're coming up on some more rain. What the hell?
You can see the line on the pavement.
Yeah, you can see the line on the pavement just like before and just like every other storm that I've gone through. Alright, I'll do this in a bit. Hold on. Okay, now as I was saying before I was interrupted by the rain, we're coming up on Onamia. We actually have just now passed Onamia. I'm still on 169, heading south. Got probably a good hour or so before we actually get to I-94. And according to my GPS, about an hour and 35 minutes before we get to Dave and Carolyn's. It's been a long day already. After we're done with at Dave and Carolyn's, I think it's still like another 5.5 hour drive home. Yay! Alright, let's get back out onto the road. So we made it to Dave and Carolyn's, and sorry, I'm video logging. She's used to it.
Did I just ruin that take?
No.
Okay.
In fact, I'll probably put it in the take, so don't worry about it. Carolyn's not here. Alice is not here. Alice is going to camp. And where did Carolyn disappear to?
She's delivering Alice to Sugar.
Oh, she's still delivering it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 hour drive away. She's
So
on the way back.
Well, when is she going to be here? Do you know?
Before you leave, but I'm not sure by how much time.
Okay. Hopefully we can see her.
Yeah, I think it.
But the boys, of course, are here. So how long were we on the road so far now?
Well, we left at 9:30, and it's 5, so 7.5 hours.
Well, we left the park at 9:30. We left the campsite at 9.
Well, if you want to count that, it's 8 hours. Then you can keep time out for lunch, so 6.5 hours.
So we've been on the road for 6.5 hours.
Approximately.
Okay.
I didn't time how long our lunch was.
You're a bug.
No. I know it's when. Yours.
Well, I think this is going to be the end of my day. It's starting to get dark. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to see myself on the screen.
and it's pretty much just highway drive in from here out. We had a really good dinner with Dave and Simon and Henry. Unfortunately, Carolyn couldn't make it. She was taking Alice to day camp, or to summer camp. So she just couldn't make it back in time for us to be there, and we just couldn't wait around any longer to see her, because I think by the time we left, she was still 20 minutes away or something like that. And as it is, we're looking at being home past midnight as it is, so just couldn't afford to take any more time to wait. Oh well. So this is Mark saying thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the road.